Hello, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Car Talk. I guess truck talk, if you want to say what it really is. Since I'm in a truck, not a car. But once again, this is a way for me that I used to talk to my kids as they were growing up, have a captive audience, and be able to hopefully spew some type of information or knowledge to help your life be better. And today's topic is a topic for folks that are a little younger, somewhere up to around 25 or so, what I call that first quarter of life, between 0 and 25. And it's basically a few decisions that I've seen over my lifetime that has absolutely destroyed some people's lives. Now, people can recover from these decisions, but it's challenging. It's very hard. More often than not, if a person falls into one of these categories and makes one of these decisions, it's going to be very hard for them to, say, pull off a good life, if that even is a phrase. So if you are a parent, a grandparent, friend, auntie, uncle, these are some of the things that you might want to advise a person. And once again, I'm talking about the first quarter of life. If you haven't seen the video that I talked about the 4 quarters of life plus overtime, go ahead and look for that in the channel. But it's mostly for people who are in the first quarter. But you also know that there's people who will make these type of decisions that are older, past 25. So these are some of the decisions that I have seen personally that have really wrecked a person's life, and they didn't recover, and they just ended up having a really, really crappy life. And the reason why you can look and say a person has a crappy life, because you can just look at their outcomes. Look at where they are compared to their peers, where they are compared to where they wanted to be, and just where they are from where they should be. Just being a regular functioning adult, sometimes people are just jacked up, and you want to know why. And sometimes you could trace it back to one of these decisions. Okay, so there's no particular order of these being horrible decisions, but you can classify it how you want. But these are 4 bad decisions. So there are probably hundreds others, but these are the ones that I think, once again, personally make the biggest difference. So the first one is choosing the wrong peer group, choosing the wrong friends. And you can say what you want, person's cool, these people are in, or whatever the phrase is people are using to say that, to justify being around crappy people. And once again, as a parent, uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa, it's your job to look and identify the people that those kids are dealing with. Because as you're growing up, you won't want to be around the crackheads, the dropouts, the bad boys or girls. You don't want to be around those type of people. You want to be around the people who are going in the same direction that you are going. You want to be around the people and have your peer group consist of the people who have maybe even achieved what you're trying to achieve. I heard it said before that if you want to see where you're going to be in life, look at your 5 friends. Look at your closest 5 friends or people that you hang out with. That will determine basically where you're going, because that is your influence. That is what you're trying to do, and what you're reaching towards, basically, if you really boil it down to it. So you want to keep your peer group clean and continue to purge and upgrade and add to your peer group on a regular basis, because you don't need the dead weight, and you definitely don't want to be dead because of the weight and be cut off from certain situations because of who you are hanging out with. Remember that association, remember that saying, association breeds whatever the hell it is. That's what it is. Even if you're not doing anything, just being around crappy people, you are considered to be crappy also. That's number one. Okay, the second one, do not get caught up, hooked up, addicted to any substance, drugs, alcohol, anything, pills. Do not. That is one of the worst decisions that you can make, because addictions continue until something breaks it or it breaks you. Once again, this is stuff that I've seen in my life. I've seen drugs kill people in my family. I've seen drugs and alcohol just shorten the lives of people in my family. I've seen drugs and alcohol ruin relationships, just destroy people. People that you can look at one day and recognize them and talk to them another day, and you don't even know who the person is because they have been so destroyed and withered and eaten up because of drugs, alcohol, and other substances. Do not make that decision. It is such a devastating thing to be addicted to anything. Don't even try anything. Anything that is not legal, just don't mess with it. Even if the federal government says it's legal. Once again, they talk about certain things being gateway drugs. I don't care about the gate or the way. I just say leave this shit alone. Because once again, all it takes is one bad episode, one bad event, one bad decision with this to destroy your life and maybe other people's lives around you. Drunk killed my cousin. Drugs killed one of my uncles, you know, and you see, drugs killed another cousin. There's so many times you can just, in my life, just point it out that it's because some type of drugs, alcohol, or pills. Leave the shit alone. Don't do it. It's a bad decision. If you have done it, take the time now to make that decision to get yourself off of this, because once again, you can recover. It's possible, but this is something that can utterly destroy your life, especially if you're young and it drags on too long. All right, number 3, an unplanned pregnancy. I know this is a big topic here, but this goes for boys or girls, men or women. If you have a child and you wasn't planning on having it, that can destroy your life. I've seen people go from vibrant student, all of a sudden pregnant, have a child, dropped out of school, welfare, never recovered, ended up with 2-3 more children by 2 or 3 different people. It's a devastating thing to have happen in your life, an unplanned pregnancy. And I can't tie that into unplanned, fucked up relationships also. They can destroy your life because, guys, if you're the bad boy, you can go and mess up other people's lives and end up somebody coming back to get you, or you end up having some child out of wedlock and don't know them. All of a sudden now your life is shambles because you stuck on child support, can't pay it. Now the judges and police are looking for you because of unpaid child support. That can ruin your life. I know a dude had thousands and thousands of dollars of back child support that he was supposed to pay. Boy couldn't get a regular job. As a matter of fact, I knew another guy who owed child support. He was in the military with me. His first check was $0. He got a 0 check because they took all his money because of back child support. Unplanned pregnancy can destroy your life. Now, and personally, I've also seen where a person who's had an unplanned pregnancy, even 2, still was able to maintain their direction in their life and recover and end up having a very good life. I've seen that too. But once again, I'm showing you things that can destroy, absolutely destroy your life, especially when you're in that first quarter from 0 to 25 years old. Okay, the last one I'm going to talk about is jacking up your education. Making a bad decision of either getting out of high school and dropping out of high school, or going to college and jacking that up. Both of those decisions are very bad. They can mess up your life. High school, most things right now require you to have a high school diploma minimum. If you're eligible and were able to get into college, besides some financial reason you go in and jack that up, that is damn dumb stupid. Because once again, the more educated you are, the better opportunities you have in the workforce. Now, that's not saying nothing about you starting your own business, all these other things, but just being in the workforce, you are at a super disadvantage if you don't have a degree. You are basically a slave if you don't have a GED or a high school diploma. These are decisions, once again, that can jack up your life and destroy your life forever. You can, there's times people recover, but man, don't put yourself in that situation. Once again, this has been a Car Talk by John. Hope this information helps you. If it's been good for you, like, share the video with someone else who might need it, because hey, somebody might be making that decision and this might be the information, or you might be the person who steers them clear of that and allows them to get on the good path. Talk to you on the next one.